I started jump roping when I was 6 years old. My PE teacher in elementary school had a jump rope team at the school. So I went and joined the club, which was like a morning, like before school, you would go and like learn skills. After a few months, my coach approached me and he said, hey, if you would like to come to the afternoon class and then kind of try out with the team a little bit, let's see what happens. And so I ended up going to the team, learn more skills, and I just fell in love. Like I just never stopped jumping.
I'm doing my thing. Let me be, just watch me close, follow my lead. There's only 7 days a week, so you better get up, make history, yeah. You got to do it, move your feet and get the moving. Life is lemon, get the juice and do your thing like you wanna.
I had a gymnastics background first. So from ages 3 to 6, I was doing gymnastics, and my parents laughed because they said I was flipping off the couches too much, and they said we need to make sure that you're safe. So they put me in gymnastics, and then I went ahead and like learned like back handsprings, back flips. So then when I found jump rope, it showed me that I can like kind of connect those two worlds together, but then there's also more that you can do. As I started to like learn skills, go and compete, started winning some national championships, and now I've also won 14 world championships. So I was doing a routine at a local competition and I wasn't as warm as I should have been. And I went out there and did my backflip, which I do all the time. And it was like the perfect storm and I tore my Achilles. So I had a huge like crying moment. I had never been injured in my life. I started going through my recovery process. So the recovery from injury all the way up to when I was cleared was about 8 months. When I got back from that, I was like, okay, we gotta start competing again. How do we get back out there? So I started training with my teammates. And the cool thing is like that year, I think I went out and I won 3, if not 4 world championships that year. So, you know, my little brother kept saying like, you know, this is a small setback for a major comeback. To like come back from a moment where you literally couldn't walk, to be able to do the big things that I was doing once again, and to put that back on the floor after that injury, it was probably one of the most rewarding moments of my jump rope career. So I believe God has me in the sport of jump rope for a reason. As I got older, I never knew or never thought that jump rope was going to be like my full-time job. I always knew it was going to be a part of me. I was always going to be helping out, but I never thought it was going to be my full-time. I was trying to get a corporate job. I was trying to figure out how can I go like work and behind the desk at like a recreation center and be like a youth department director. And literally every time I kept doing or trying to get that job, God kept putting me like in a shirt and shorts and saying like, no, you need to stay in this athletic realm. But I was always in the back of my mind, it's like, what can I be doing that's a little bit more? I didn't want to start a team. I wanted to get the community jumping. And so that started off by partnering with a recreation center there in Knoxville. Then that slowly grew to 2 and then to 3. And then from there, we ended up going into about 12 where we had to get some additional help. And so that was really like our first jumping point to like get into Learnin the Ropes. And so, yeah, we went from those rec centers to like building a name, and to 6 or 7 years later, like we're traveling around the world to promote the sport. And it really showed me, like, especially now, why God was like, no, this is exactly where I wanted you. Because if I was doing some of those other things, I think I still would have had an impact. But the impact I'm having now, like being able to travel around and impact 70,000, 80,000, 90,000 people in a year, I couldn't have done that from behind the desk, right? But with a rope, I can do that. The community is very important to me because without them, we can't really get our mission out there. One of my biggest things is trying to make sure that people know that jump rope is a viable option for them. And if we can put a rope in their hand and show them what they can do, like the sky's the limit. So one of the biggest visions for our company is to get as many people jumping as possible. Ways that we can do that is by doing some of our programming. So we have after school programs, we have before school programs. Also being able to partner with local communities, right? So YMCA's, Boys and Girls Clubs, churches, things like that. Or whether that is a college as well, to find instructors so that we can kind of go out and teach. And if I can equip other people to go out there and do the same thing, one, it's going to help our vision grow even more, but it's also going to help the sport, right? And really, ultimately, that's what we want to happen. We want the sport to grow. And so for those kids who, once again, they don't fit the mold of football, basketball, track, jump rope could be their thing. They can see that I can do this as an individual. I can do this with my team. I can just be a turner. Whatever that is, like we just want to make sure that kids are seeing that, adults are seeing that. We just want to be able to put that rope into your hand so that you can have that opportunity and then see what happens.